Welcome, dear listeners, to another edition of Imperfect Harmony. This evening, we have a charming guest whose works are captivating. A 23-year-old self-taught visual artist from Nagaland. Over the years, she has won multiple art competitions and served as a judge at notable events, including St. Joseph's College and the Angami Students' Union art competitions. Her works have been displayed at the prestigious Hornbill Festival Art Gallery, and she has collaborated internationally with Uniball, a brand under the Mitsubishi Pencil Company, as well as in A Page of Two Lands, a cross-cultural art exchange between Wales and Nagaland at Artshila Santiniketan. Currently, she is working on a special art project to raise awareness about threatened species, blending creativity with advocacy to inspire change. She is Thejavinuo Savi. Teja, it is a great pleasure to have you on the show.
Hi all, I'm Thejavinuo and I am so grateful to be here to be able to share my work and what it means to me.
Well, I'm all the more excited, Teja. I came across an article, that said a visual artist's uh, journey, typically begins with a spark of inspiration and a desire to express oneself through visual means. I want to know personally from you what initially drew you to visual art and how did you get started as an artist?
So I've been into art ever since I was a kid and I used to watch all these cartoons like Doraemon, Shin-chan, and from there I used to draw all these cartoon characters, and then eventually I started watching anime, and I would watch all these anime and then I would draw those characters as well. And one day my brother challenged me. He told me to draw a person, and I was like, I never tried that, but let me give it a try. And he gave me his picture, so I tried. And I was 13 that time, and it came out so bad. From there, he was into sketching, so he taught me some stuff. He gave me some tips on shading and sketching, and from there, I took it off on my own. And I tried various stuff, and I just did everything on my own. And by 2020, I was in my first year of college, and from there, it was pandemic. I had a lot of time in my hand and online classes, so I'm usually home. So from there, I was like, okay, now my skills are developed enough. I'm confident that I can take up commissions and earn some pocket money. So from there, I just went and I posted a social, like a post on Instagram. I was like, I'll be taking commissions for 200 rupees now. And from there, I started, and it went uphill after that.
Alright, that's quite a story.
Oh, thank
From
you.
Doraemon to anime to your brother challenging you, actually,
Yeah.
which became like, oh, okay, this is how I will brush my skill. And with the COVID that started, well, I'm really inspired with how you took that as a challenge, and now it has somehow become a part of you, your
Yeah.
skill to be developed. Teja, all right, all right. Okay, so I read somewhere that for an artist, inspiration is crucial because it helps artists, focus their creative energy, guiding them towards specific themes, styles, or approaches. So, are there any particular artists or movement that have influenced your work?
So I grew up with very creative siblings, but besides that, I was a self-taught artist. And to be honest, I didn't really have like a particular artists or like movements that inspired me. I just like did everything, like just learn on my own and challenge myself. And then like with creative siblings like around, I just look up to them and I just challenge myself, and I was in that competitive spirit. So I was like, I just want to reach the level to my siblings, and we had a huge age gap. So they were like way more skilled than me, and that I was like just 10, 11 years old. So I was like very competitive, and I just went on, and yeah, this is how it turned out.
So your siblings were the influence as well as the challenging person.
Yeah, the
right?
inspiration.
That
Yeah.
you look up to,
Yeah.
as well as you were like Okay, so
Yeah.
this is how it
Mm.
is, and you went about. Okay, so everything has started from your home,
Yeah.
from your family. All right, all right. Okay, so like visual art, you know, it is a way to express emotions, and it's also a way for artists to express their own feelings. So, what role does your background or personal experiences play in your art?
It played a huge role. Like I said, I have very creative siblings, so uh, I am the youngest among the four of us. So like three older siblings, and my brother was into sketching, shading, and all that. My sister was into painting, and the one just above me, she's very crafty. So she would create all these miniature homes, earrings, and all that. So from there, I was very inspired by them. I would just watch them do stuff, and then I would be like, "Oh my god, I want to do it too!" And then from there, I was so inspired that I just followed them. And then, although they didn't take up art as a profession, they sparked that interest in me.
Yeah.
And then I took it up as a profession, and here we are.
Alright, alright. So I'm so intrigued, you know, your siblings. They're all into art, but they all have like different skills. One
Yeah,
into like shading that you mentioned,
yeah,
one into crafting, and one into
painting.
painting.
Yeah,
So you got all the inspiration from three.
yeah. And then I do all three. They
That's
taught me.
that's awesome, I should say.
Yeah,
Wow,
with
okay.
huge age gap, na. So I was just learning from them.
Yeah, and it's awesome that you just did not get just one skill, but
Yeah.
three different
Mhm.
from the family.
Yeah.
And that is also your own sibling.
Yeah.
Interesting, interesting. All right, hey. Um, visual arts encompass a wide range of creative process, including, as you have mentioned, drawing,
Yeah.
then painting, and including those like photography, ceramics. The list goes on,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And this process involves different techniques, materials, and tools. So, can you tell us what kind of art do you specialize in, and what materials do you typically use in your art?
So for me, I focus a lot on realism artworks. So I like to focus on the details, the textures, those facial expressions, the emotions. Na, I like to bring out those aspects on my artwork. So I usually go for realistic art style.
Okay.
And for those, I use dry mediums only. I do use wet medium, but I mostly stick to dry medium. So that will be charcoal, graphite, and color pencils. So they really help me layer, blend, and bring out that depth in my work.
Okay, okay. So, like for a person like me who is not into this field,
Yeah.
we usually like, oh, okay, she's drawing. Oh, okay, she's painting. We don't usually have like the in-depth understanding.
yeah.
Like you have just mentioned, wet.
Yeah,
What
wet and dry.
Oh, wait and try. Okay, I have learned something new today. All right, all right. So, how has your style evolved over time, and what are you doing to ensure you continue to grow and develop as an artist?
So for me, besides me drawing all those cartoon characters, I've always had my roots on realistic artworks. So I've been doing that for a while, and I hope my artwork, my skills evolves into hyper realism. So those are like the ones which you see and look exactly like pictures. So that's what my aim is and my goal is, and I'm also into illustrative works. So I'm taking up challenges like illustrative plus realism. So I also took up some collaborations which mixed those aspects like illustration as well as realism. And from there, I've been like challenging myself and then like trying out new mediums as well. Sometimes mixed media. So mixed media is where I use wet and dry. So I'll just paint and then like bring out all those little textures with color pencils again. So I've been like trying a lot of stuff, and I think that's how I'm evolving, and that's where I want to evolve as well.
Yeah, yeah. I hope to see it come true, you know.
Thank you.
And I have seen your work, and truly, it is captivating. And oh, I'm excited. Like, what is there for you?
Yeah.
And that, with that being said,
Mhm.
the consistency that you give, it's truly remarkable. Well, Teja, moving on to the next. Um, as you're talking about this mix and then this art, this the sharing and
Yeah.
everything, what are some of your favorite art pieces you have created?
So I mostly take in commissions, and I have a lot of favorites in there as well. But besides those, I have two in mind, like that come up at the top of my mind. And one of them is something I did last year. So that is called a blazing edge. So it's inspired from this the closing ceremony from Hornbill Festival, Kisamana. So that artwork is about what to say, a bonfire, and then there's like people dancing around. You know the closing ceremonies where they burn a very huge bonfire. So it is it relates to that, and I saw a photograph, and that inspired me a lot. And then I brought some few changes. I brought in some characters, and then like they were dancing, and it was so. I don't know. It was my one of my favorites. And then the other one would be uh, I think I did that like last year. So that is called The Last Headhunters. So the other one was of three cognac tribesmen. So they are one of them is like fully focused, and two of them in the background, and then they're all tatted up in their traditional attire. It was looking so good, and that one I saw it on a photograph, and that one I think it just pulled me, and from there I drew that, and I think it's such an honor to like capture a part of history, a part of Naga history, and then like the dignity, and then it was like very one of those two are my one of my favorites.
So, with that, you being, defining all those,
Mm.
is it anywhere available? May uploaded where we can have a
Oh
look?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it uploaded in your social media
Yeah,
handle?
it's on my social media.
Alright, interesting. So, my dear listeners, with the two art that she's very close with, and she thinks that that is the top list that comes under her top list, you can go check it out in her page, Thejavinuo Savi. Yes, we'll talk more about her page later on. Well, moving on. What do you think is the most misunderstood aspect of being a visual artist?
I think the most misunderstood aspect would be that they usually see, like just artists in general, they usually see it as a very unstable career. So like I think here in Nagaland, and I'm sure it's like in a lot of other states as well, they focus a lot of government jobs,
Yeah.
and it's like that's a ride or die. Yeah, for a lot of people, and then like the other career, the other passions are overlooked. So that is very sad, but I think like most of us are creating opportunities now, and then like showing people that it's possible to take other your passion as a career.
True. So art, or be it visual art, or it's something that you're passionate about, is always looked down because
Yeah.
the society has this
Stereotype.
the stereotype thing like, what can you do with
Yeah,
this?
there's no scope here.
Yeah. But I'm so happy that in Nagaland, there
Yeah.
are so many visual artists.
Yeah.
And when we talk about art, it comes in different shapes and forms.
Yeah.
But especially when it comes to your field, like
Yeah.
this drawing, this pencil coloring, and painting thing.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm going
Yeah,
somewhere
you're
else.
right. You're right.
But it's coming up, and I'm really happy that you are also one of that. And
Thank
I
you.
hope you continue to be an inspiration to the young people. All right. Yeah, talking about social media earlier, how useful has social media been for you?
Oh yeah, it's been it's been life changing for me,
Yeah.
and honestly, I would credit social media for like building that path for me as an artist. So this day, like social media has been the source where I got my first commission, my first collaboration, and also like where I got more exposure to the world.
Yeah.
So I think social media has been very impactful. Like every offers I got, every opportunity, every collaboration I got was through social media, where someone saw my work,
Yeah.
and then like they through social media they approached me, and then like I took up those opportunities and I came here. Yeah.
It's good. Yeah, I think that's the powerful and the most positive thing about social
Yeah,
media.
it's like a bridge between my art and the
Yeah,
world.
yeah, that's beautifully said, Teja. So, how do you see your art evolving in the future?
So for me, I want to see my art evolve as into the hyperrealism art style.
Mhm.
So that is something I've been working towards, and I've been like practicing every day.
Yeah.
When I say consistency, I've been like doing art for like 5 years straight. Besides me having exams, tests, whether I was sick or whether I was traveling. Besides those days, I've been like doing art every day, and I've been working towards that. And then besides just art style, I want to evolve where I get more bigger projects to work on, where I can get exposure and then like get to exhibit my work in galleries, whether it be it in just in the within the state, nationally or internationally. That's my goal, and I hope I get to reach that someday.
Yeah, with the consistency that you're mentioning, with the hope and the future that you have, I hope that it truly, truly comes to you,
Thank you.
very soon, I should say.
Thank you.
So, talking about your future goals and how do you see yourself as an artist, I also want to talk about challenges. Yes, life comes with a lot of lemons, so
A
I want
lot.
to know how you take on these lemons in life. So yeah, what are some of the biggest challenges you have faced as an artist?
For me, I think the biggest challenge was those stereotypes I had to fight. Like, well, I was very young back then, and then like all the stereotypes were like they just saw it as a hobby, nothing else, like nothing more. Like you can't make it into a career. They just thought of it like that. So that was very discouraging for me. And then on top of that, I didn't have like anyone to look up to, like a professional artist. So the only artists I knew were also my own batch. So they were also like figuring things out themselves. So it was like walking on a blind path. So it was like that. But I'm glad that I took it up as a challenge and like I just went all in. So yeah.
Yeah, it takes a lot of strength and risk, and especially I should say emotional and mental
Oh
stability.
yeah.
For you to be able to face all those criticisms.
Mm.
So yeah, adding to the challenge,
Uh.
I want to know like how has criticism helped you as well? Maybe the constructive, or maybe those criticisms that pulled you down. Like how has those helped you grown as an
So
artist?
for me,
Yeah.
I took all those criticisms as a challenge. Like I was in a very competitive spirit. I swear. So when they tell me like you can't do that, I'll be like, let me prove you, let me prove that to you. And then like, not just in art, in the field of art as well, but when I was taking up BBA, I took up BBA, not fine arts. So yeah, even during that time, they were like, what will you do in that field? And I was like, just watch me. And then I went for it, and then they were like, you won't do well. And then from there, I took it as a challenge. And a fun fact, I took up BBA and I was the topper of the college.
I should say
Thank you, thank you.
congratulations.
So I was like, I just take everything like criticism as a challenge. Like I will prove it to you, and from there, I don't know.
Alright, I think you said a very good example of the right attitude matters.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy to hear the story behind all this, how you have, faced those very not so good criticism as a challenge, and that you have like, oh, that attitude. In Vietnamese, as we say, oh, the kind
Yeah,
of
yeah. They kind of, yeah. It was, my mentality was like that.
Yeah, that's really, I should say, encouraging
Mm.
because attitude matters at the end of the
Yeah,
day.
yeah. True, true.
Well, Teja, at such a young age and with that attitude, I know you have a long way to go and
Thank
you
you.
can really pull things off. Yes. Alright, so what impact do you hope your art, has on viewers?
So for me, I usually take up commission works. So like I just hope that my that impact will be like that emotional connection for that viewer, the client, and the art. So for me, I had a lot of commissions where I had to create artworks for memorials where like someone passed away, and then sometimes my artwork is the only tangible piece that the person can connect to with your loved ones. Sometimes it's a very old picture, and like their face is barely visible. Like that's the only picture, and they'll hand it to me, and then I would create it, and then like the connection they have with the art piece, like it means a lot to me. And also my artwork is also for happy occasions, like celebrating, even a chief guest or gift giving for birthdays, and sometimes a lot of times also for wedding gifts. So it makes me really happy when my art is also a part of their celebration, and when they connect with them, that is very impactful for me as well. And then at the end of the day, like in both ways, whether it's a sad for a sad situation or for a happy situation, in both ways I hope that my art is what connects them to the person as well. Yeah.
Well, that's really a very emotional and a very meaningful, I should say, gift that you can give to
Yeah,
those
yeah.
who look into this connection with the art in itself, and that the fact that you're into realistic arts.
Yeah.
That's really commendable.
Thank you.
So Teja, I love to call your name again. So it may be off the topic, but have you seen yourself doing this when you were very young?
Not at all.
Yeah.
Like, to be honest, when I was young, when they used to ask me, "What's your aim in life?" I would be embarrassed to say I want to be an artist because I saw it something as small back then. I was like so embarrassed. I would just be like doctor, and here I am. My younger self would be so shocked.
But I think your younger self will also be so,
So proud, yeah.
Now that
Back then, yeah, inside of me, I want to say I want to be an artist, but I was shy. So yeah.
but now you're very bold.
Yeah.
Teja would be like, oh,
Who
okay,
is
I have
this?
grown into
Yeah.
this. All right. So can you walk us through like your routine? Like for example, you got this. How do you say this work for you to do?
Uh-huh.
So normally, how do you start?
Okay, so I would first search the picture and then like crop it out everything. Like if there is a like they want to crop some part out, or if even if it's an illustration, I'll just find the perfect reference and then I'll set the lights, and then I would set up the light phone as well for recording, and then I would play some podcast in the middle, whether it be music or podcast, and some usually I listen to true crime, so I would listen to those, and then yeah, I would listen to those, and then I'll get started with the artwork, and then I'll go straight in for 20 minutes, 5 minutes break, 20 minutes, like that.
Okay, so it's not like this constant hours.
Yeah, yeah.
You have to break in between.
Yeah, yeah.
So normally, how many days or weeks does it take you for you to finish your art?
So depends on size. If it's smaller, then within 1 day, 2 days. So if it's an A4 size paper, the size, nah? And if it's bigger than that, sometimes it can even take up to 1 week, 2 weeks, if it's like very huge and a lot of details. So yeah.
So has there been a time where you're like so stressed out that you cannot concentrate, and you're like, you just want to stop? Has there been a day, or you're just like, oh, I'm into this. Even if I'm stressful, I find peace and joy doing here.
Sometimes, yeah, I do stress out, but I would be like, okay, I'm stressed out, but my client is waiting. Sometimes my mentality would be like that, but sometimes I'll be like, okay, I deserve it, and I'll just rest for the day. I'll clean my room. I'll just relax and spend my day like that.
Because many people have this misconception like, oh, they can do it anytime, any day. They are so means in Agamis we say
Payo, yeah.
They give them
Like
some
that.
few hours, they'll just do it, but at the end, our emotional, mental, physical
Yeah,
health,
yeah.
it also plays a very important role, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So more on to your routine. So what gives you that joy? Especially, I know you're into this realistic and color and everything, but what is the one particular technique? You're just like, oh, this is so interesting. I want to do it.
Oh, I think that will be illustrative works. I've been to realism, but illustrative ones, it's like I have no pressure. I'll just do whatever I want, even if it turns out bad. It's just for me, and I'll just mix a lot of stuff like painting, watercolor, acrylic, and then on top of it, I'll just use color pencils and all that. So that is very fun for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you call that illustration, where you have the freedom to do anything.
Yeah,
Is that it?
that is also it. But I think it will be called mixed media as well.
Okay, mixed media.
Yeah.
All right, all right. I'm learning a lot about art from you. Yeah, I'm very much happy. All right, and we have been talking a lot about your routine. So I want to come back to this. I'm sure my dear listeners out there are who is like into this field. So, what advice would you give to someone who is just starting out?
I would say be consistent. Like success doesn't come from what you do occasionally; it comes from what you do consistently. I will repeat that. Like success doesn't come from what you do occasionally; it comes from what you do consistently. So remember that, and then never doubt yourself. Like never doubt your skills, your dreams, your work. Never doubt that because doubt has killed more dreams than failure ever could. So yeah, I would say that. And then, in the perspective of taking up art as a career, I would say that post your work, post yourself out there as well, so that a lot of times a person like a viewer will connect more to the artwork when they know who is behind the artwork. So yeah, that would be that. And then like keep showing up for yourself, like keep showing up for your craft, and like all those little steps you take, it's all building up towards what you're dreaming of, what your goals are, what the future you want. So yeah.
Oh, that's really encouraging. Like first is to be the consistent.
Yeah.
Second is to like don't doubt yourself,
Yeah.
and to show off for your work. So yes, my dear listeners, in case you have been doubting yourself, here you go. The best advice coming from a very creative and talented friend, or should I say, a very special guest here, Teja. Well, to wrap it off, I want to ask lastly regarding your upcoming
Okay, sure.
project.
Yeah.
That is to raise awareness about threatened species,
Uh-huh.
which you're like blending creativity with the advocacy to inspire change. So, what really, intrigued you to take this project or take this idea?
So I'm a huge animal lover, and I have 5 cats, 2 dogs. So when this project came up, it's even for them they don't have much profit as well. So they're raising up funds and all that. So even on my side, I don't have much profit to be honest. But I was like, these animals, these voiceless beings, they need our help. And then although I don't have that huge of a following also, but I thought that raising up a little bit of awareness, it could help like even a few people to recognize those animals and then to realize that oh no, we should protect these animals. So that was what was based behind taking up this project.
Wow, Teja, that's really I don't know if this is the right word to use, but very ambitious of you to think that way. And I hope that it is not just an ambition in vague, but it becomes in reality. And I hope that your project of yours will come to be very meaningful and a very impactful one.
Yeah, I hope so too.
So Teja, like mentioned earlier, I have seen some of your art pieces here, and it is truly remarkable. I'm like, oh, Kinapario. That was my word initially, and that your talent is truly evident, and it's clear how much effort you put into this. And I'm excited, for this project that you have, for the vision that you have. You're still young, and having said that, I believe life has so much in store for you.
Thank you.
I wish you the best on your journey of color, texture, and beauty.
Thank you.
Thank you once again for being a part of this show.
It's been an honor. Yeah, thank you for having me.
Alright. Well, my dear listeners, there you go. You can show love and support on her social media page, that is Thejavinuo Savi. And she has talked about her art and the topmost painting
Yeah.
that is dear to her. Yeah, you can go check it out and be ready to be amazed by her artwork, my friends. All right, on that note, my dear listeners, we have come to an end on this edition of Imperfect Harmony. We will be back with more, I should say, inspiring, creative, talented guests on this show. And tonight, this evening being a very special one.
Please like and subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell for the latest contents. Also, follow us on all our social media handles.